Good morning, y'all. I am really excited about this recipe because it brings back so many fond memories whenever I was growing up, and even as an adult, this was one of our very favorite things. So let me tell you the scenario. You walk into your favorite cafeteria, but you have to pack thinking that you're just going to get fish, salad, be totally healthy. You have to pass by all the desserts. It's spring and you see strawberry pie, old-fashioned strawberry pie. So all the way down, when you're going down the road, you're getting your things and you think, I'm not going to cave, I'm not going to cave, I'm not going to get it. And then you pass by it and you think, I just have to get it because it might not be here next time. So that's what we're going to make today, strawberry pie. So the first thing we're going to do is cook together and bring to a boil 3 cups of water, 3 cups of sugar, which I know is a lot, but that's how much the recipe calls for. Stir that together. I'm trying not to put my back to y'all. It's a little hard in this direction, but anyway. And 1 package of strawberry gelatin. Now, strawberry gelatin that you get at the grocery store. And you know what I didn't realize until this morning whenever I was getting everything ready is that it smells so good whenever you open it. So I'm going to stir all that together. It makes such a beautiful color. And then we're going to bring it to a boil. So, and you just have to stir it occasionally. Really, it's just melting the gelatin. That's all it is. So here it goes. Bringing this to a boil, and meanwhile, I'm going to get the cornstarch ready. Because remember now, this is a glaze. So I've got 1.5 cups of cornstarch in here. Now, I know that's much, but that's how much it calls for. And I'm going to beat in 1 cup of water. So the total water in the recipe is 4 cups. So you just mix that in slowly because you want it to make sure and not have any, you want to make sure not have any lumps. So here we go. I'm going to stir that while I'm cooking this and making it come to a boil. I have actually one of these eyes that it boils really quickly, so hopefully it will boil quickly. My sweet friend Sue and I used to love to go to Luby's, and I'm telling you, we have solved the world's problems more than a couple of times over this strawberry pie. So every time I think about it, I think about how wonderful she was and how when God made her, he threw away the mold and how lucky I was. Okay, so here we go. Doing the cornstarch. I'm going to have to get my... I'm a messy cook, y'all. I just am. It is what it is. I'm going to have to get my whisk that's a little bit firmer. And so what I'm doing, I'm watching this. That's going to come to a boil. And that's all you have to do now is bring it to a boil. And really, it's so the gelatin will gel. And so I'm stirring in the cornstarch into our water. That is a lot of cornstarch. But remember now, this is for 2 pies. So you kind of understand why you have to have all this cornstarch. And, so people really, if you love strawberries, you typically love this pie. So here we go. It's almost to a boil. Such a beautiful red color. And whenever it gets to a boil, then you add the cornstarch into this mixture, which I can see that I have not prepared correctly because it's not going to fit. I didn't even think about it. This is my largest saucepan. I'm going to have to move it to one of my soup pans, I think, though. So let's do that. Real quickly, without it losing too much of its heat. Make sure you get all that gelatin out if you do what I did. I knew this is like 4 cups of liquid, but honestly, by the time you add the Jell-O and the sugar and the cornstarch, it makes it a little bit more in volume. So there you go. Get every little last bit of that. Sometimes cooking is just not perfect. honestly, I haven't made this pie since last year because I like to make it when the strawberries are really in season because they're so sweet and so good. And so, anyway, that's the last time I made it. So let's bring this to a boil. I'll turn it up a little bit now that I have to change pans. So what you do then is you add, as soon as this comes to a boil and you're watching it, it typically takes about 5 minutes, so it's taking a little bit longer now that we've had to heat up this pot. Stirring it occasionally. You actually don't have to sit here and stir it like I'm doing because that will make it go slower coming to a boil. So whenever it does come to a boil, here it comes. Whenever it does come to a boil, then you add your cornstarch. You need it to come to a boil because of gelatin. Then after it comes to a boil, you add your cornstarch mixture and stir it and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Then you have to let it cool to room temperature. So as soon as I add my cornstarch mixture, I will turn off the camera and let it settle. Let it cook for 5 minutes and then cool. And then I'll show you. Then really all you do is add the strawberries and you put them in your pie crust. Now, whenever you are baking your pie crust for one crust pie, you always prick it because you want the bottom to be nice and firm and not have little billows in it. So I pricked my pie crust. I cooked it at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And then it's nice and golden, just golden enough. I don't like it too dark. And then it'll be ready for this pie. So I'm going to, we're working on, okay, it's come to a boil, nice boil. I'm going to turn it down because it is boiling. And then add our other mixture. I was going to tell y'all, whenever you make a one crust pie, just bake it to the degree of brownness that you enjoy. We like it a little light, so that's what I did. But you always want to prick your crust with a fork on the bottom and the sides before you bake it, because then that will make sure that it's flat and just beautiful. I think I said that one time, so I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this boiling right here. Okay. So it's boiling. It's beautiful. So here we're going to add this cornstarch mixture. Cornstarch mixture. Easy for us to say. Oh, it's pretty too. My goodness. And remember, when you're measuring your cornstarch, you do the same thing that you do with flour. You dip it and just glide it off a little bit. So I'm going to cook this for 5 minutes and then let it cool. Okay, y'all, we're ready to build our pies. And before we left, I was going to tell y'all that I'll put the recipe in a comment on this video. Thank you for being patient with us while we're working on our website, but it'll be up soon and then you'll be able to find all of the recipes there. Also, I wanted to show y'all these green onions. Can you believe this? Look at this. We went to the Amish country yesterday. Charlene and I did to get her a blueberry treat. And so we, kind of went down the country roads trying to see what they had. We got some beautiful squash, some lettuce, all kind of things. But anyway, so in this box it had green onions, $1. And so we asked the young woman who was helping us if she had any more. She said, well, I'll go pick some. She came back with these. That's $3 worth of green onions. Amish country. It's in Etheridge, right south of Nashville. So much fun to go down there. Okay, now we're going to build our pies. So I'm going to take about 1/4 of our mixture here, our glaze mixture, and cover the bottom of each pie. I put about, I would say maybe a tablespoon of red food coloring in. I let it rest and cool, and then I put a tablespoon of red food coloring in the mixture, stirred it in really good. I also had to make sure that the Jell-O and the cornstarch didn't bundle up, make little pockets. So I took a whisk and just whisked it really good whenever I was letting it finished cooking. Okay, I'm going to take just a teeny bit more. Make sure it's covered. Okay, that's your first layer, your strawberry glaze. Then you're going to take your strawberries and put 2 cups of the glaze over them and mix them all together. Now, here, you can see how pretty. Sorry, I'm trying to do it. I'm left-handed, man. I can only do it kind of one direction sometimes. So you mix this all together. Beautiful glaze and strawberries. Oh my gosh, y'all. Because the glaze was warm, it's bringing out the beautiful aroma of fresh strawberries, which is just amazing. Okay. And so then you put half in each pie shell and arrange it where the strawberries are really pretty. You can see them really well. Oops. Okay. Here we go for our second pie. Some people put more strawberries in their pie filling. I kind of tend to put just as many that will cover it in one layer. But do what you want to do. You know, you can make this and kind of play with it a little bit, and if you feel like you need a few more strawberries, just put them in whenever you're making it. I tell you what, this is an exciting day around here whenever we have fresh strawberry pie. Okay, now this is very important too, is the top glaze, because what you want to do is make sure that you get the glaze all the way to the sides, because that will kind of seal in the freshness of the strawberries. So we're going to make sure that it goes all the way around. I've let this cool for maybe about 40 minutes. Okay, my hand's going to be so sticky. I'm just going to live with it. Okay. Put some glaze here. We're going to have a little bit of glaze left over, so I actually have some more strawberries too. I'll just make little strawberry desserts with the glaze and just strawberries in some little custard cups, and everybody will really enjoy that. Okay. So there it is, y'all. Strawberry pie. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that this cools really well, and then I'm going to add the whipped cream on top, just real pretty, however you want it, and then we'll be finished with our homemade old-fashioned strawberry pie. Okay, y'all, I was going to show you that I had a few more strawberries and a little bit of gelatin left of the filling, so I added more to my pie. So I will put the ingredients for the fuller pie. And so then all you do is put some whipped cream. I just used the canned whipped cream. You can make your own or use Cool Whip. But this is, how springy looking is this? And it tastes, I taste a little bit. It tastes so good. So I think your family would love to have this beautiful strawberry pies on your table tonight. Bon appetit, y'all. Thank you, Sue. You'll live in our hearts forever.